rice. I'm really wondering where's the rice in actual fact.
Go to Agigi.
All right. Daily Trust front page screams how bandits abducted 49 in Casina by village head. The village head of Wurma in Kurfi local government area of Katsina State, Mustafa Mohammed, yesterday narrated how heavily armed bandits in their hundreds attacked the community and abducted 49 people. Speaking with journalist Mohammed said the bandits came with guns. They didn't kill anyone, but they took 49 people with them. 11 were later released, and I was just told of another one being released. He said, we are calling on the governor of Katsina to help us with security personnel that can assist us, even if it is only with their presence to scare away these bandits. The other day, the Katsina State Governor Masari said he himself is not even safe.
Well,
So we're calling on the governor now to come and save.
no, the issue really is it's unfortunate, like we all have noted. Look at the Wadume issue, where soldiers were implicated in cahoots with a kidnapper. And these are people who are supposed to be securing us. So that's the tragedy. There are state columnists in the security agencies, and so let's hope the authorities will do something about it, because this issue of banditry is just getting out of hand.
All right, moving on, page 4 of the Nation newspaper. The Lagos seals off property over felling of trees. The Lagos State government on Tuesday evening sealed off a building at 10A Alexander Road, Ikoyi, for allegedly felling of trees without a permit. This, the government said, contravened the greening law. The enforcement for compliance jointly carried out by the Lagos State Parks and Gardens Agency, LASPA, Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, was on the executive directive of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu after the property owner refused to comply with the abatement notice earlier served on him by LASPA. Speaking during the enforcement exercise, LASPA General Manager Mrs. Bilikis Adebisi Abiola and her LASEPA counterpart Dr. Dolapo Fashawe said the action became necessary to establish the need for property owners to comply with the greening provisions of the Lagos State government. Abiola said this building was sealed off for infringing on the established law after the owner cut down trees without approval by the government. This act contravenes the greening law and as such attracts legal action. She said the government has served the building owner a notice offering him the privilege to engage the government, but his refusal to do so prompted the government to enforce the compliance. She said the government is committing resources for the expansion and maintenance of its greening project, adding that the least she expects from anyone or institution is to support the mission and not to act contrarily. Of course, the LASPAC boss urged other property owners who have also violated some of the greening provisions to promptly make necessary amendments, otherwise they should be ready to face legal action. Lagos seals of property over felling of trees. Page 4 of the Nation newspaper.
All right, page 3, Daily Trust. Zazaki, FD fingers Iran in Islamization plot. Rider, it's mere allegation, IMN. The federal government has accused the leader of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, IMN, Sheikh Ibrahim Zazaki, of working with Iran to establish an Islamic state in Nigeria. The FD's position is contained in the counter affidavit in response to the motion by the IMN challenging the July 16 order, the Federal High Court proscribing the group. The FD had in requesting for the proscription order, which it hinged on the provisions of Section 1, Subsection 2, A to B, and Section 2, Subsection 1, A to C of the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act 2013, accused the group of acts of terrorism. Meanwhile, a spokesman of the IMN, Abdullah Musa, dismissed the claim by the FG as mere allegation, which he said IMN lawyers will deal with in court and the group will still react to later. It shows that this is the agenda of Saudi Arabia. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia said in a recent interview that one of his achievements is the detention of the Zaki. He added, reacting, the Iranian embassy in Abuja declined comment on the claim, directing our reporters to the federal government and the IMN. Okay? That is their business, it's not
No,
ours.
definitely there is no doubt that this man has some foreign backing. He can't be doing all this all on his own. So the government owes the Nigerians a duty to ensure that we are kept safe.
Alright, government to boost PSP waste operators' capacity to procure equipment. Lagos State government has declared its readiness to boost the capacity of private sector participation PSP waste operators through the provision of equipment to increase their capacity with soft loans. The resolve of the state was disclosed by the Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Tunji Bello, while addressing the management officials when he resumed at the ministry headquarters in Lausa, Ikeja. He said Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is committed to providing capacity for the PSP operators to ensure they partner the state in removing refuse. Government to boost PSP operators' capacity to procure equipment. Page 4, Nation newspaper.
All right, our new approach will force Boko Haram to surrender. Army, page 4, Daily Trust. The acting general commanding officer of 7th Division of the Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Abdul Khalifa Ibrahim, says, with the new approach adopted, the military should be able to force the Boko Haram insurgents to surrender. He said this yesterday during his first operational tour to front lines in Kunduga, local government area of Borno State. I'm just coming to the theater, and I'm coming at the time when we have a change in our strategy. We are changing approach because we don't want to lose equipment to insurgents again. Looking at these concepts, we are confident we should be able to take the fight to them. We should have greater mobility over them, and our ultimate aim is to force them to surrender. We should be able to strangulate them, he said. He assured the troops of an improved welfare package. In the other day, the Borno State Governor Zulum said the army strategy is not working. Maybe that's why.
Well, that's why. Well, let us hope so. Like we said, every security measure depends on the personnel. If you have fixed columnists, like we've seen happen in some cases, then there will be so much trouble. So let us just appeal to the patriotic zeal of these soldiers that they are there to protect the interest of the nation. So nothing else should interest them. If we have committed troops, the Boko Haram will be defeated.
Alright, federal government slashes visa fees for U.S. citizens. The federal government has approved a reduction in visa charges payable by the United States U.S. citizens from $180 to $160. The Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, explained yesterday that the Comptroller General of Nigeria Immigration Service (NIS), Muhammad Babandede, had been directed to implement the decrease in the visa charges with effect from today. The development followed the new visa regime announced by U.S. government on Tuesday. It said Nigerians applying for U.S. visas would be required to pay a visa issuance fee or reciprocity fee with effect from today, August 29. The U.S. mission in Abuja had said the reciprocity fee will be charged besides the non-immigrant visa application fee, also called the machine-readable visa fee, which all applicants pay. Federal government slashes visa fees for U.S. citizens. That's quite apt.
It's appropriate because the U.S. government gave the reason for increasing their own distance to the fact that they were paying more than we were paying here. So maybe there will now be parity. So
how many of them come here? How many of us go there? Very interesting. No hiding place for criminals in Osun. Oyetola paid 4 Daily Trust. Osun State Governor Adewusi Oyetola has declared that there is no hiding place for criminals in the state. He spoke yesterday while commissioning the newly built 12 one-bedroom single officers' quarters at the 209 Quick Response Group, QRG Nigerian Air Force NAF base, Ikpetu Ijesha. He said his administration would provide necessary logistics and security architecture that would enable the security operatives to perform their duties efficiently, effectively, and diligently. Oyetola also stated continued support and cooperation of the security agency, said Osun would continue to work in partnership with relevant security agencies and stakeholders to strengthen security and ensure maximum protection of lives and property of the citizenry. Oyetola said the state had been working in collaboration with the other Southwest states to enhance the security architecture in the region. All right.